You can't just laugh as soon as the voice thing. All right, fine. I could just edit it as it was, and I'm just gonna use the information. I'm not gonna actually include your soundbite. All right. So actually, what we said, what we just discussed, how it was, is that wrestling is not the same. You just said it. Go ahead.
Yep, wrestling is not the same as it was in the 90s. These new kids don't have the flair of the 90s. It feels like they're trying too hard, bro.
Oh, all the flips and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're trying too hard. It's not authentic anymore. It's like they went to school for
Oh,
it.
wait. I'm sorry. Can we introduce yourself? You got to be a little closer.
Oh!
I'm with... hi, the guys. This is Rob from the Paradox Experience, and I'm with J-Rod.
J-Rod.
J-Rod! And, also a wrestling fan from back in the day.
From back in the 90s.
When was the last time... When did you first get into wrestling, actually?
Back in the 1990s, late 1990s, when it was around the PlayStation game SmackDown Know Your Role.
Wow!
I remember
That's
that.
one of the best games out there.
Yeah, I remember playing that.
I love that game. That's one of the best wrestling games out there, actually.
I remember playing it. I remember watching.
I have a copy. Believe it or not.
We have to play that.
Now we gotta play. We gotta put it on the TV. It was so arcadey and cool, to play the game. But
the flair of the 90s, the G Generation X, having the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, those things cannot be recreated, guys.
You feel like
not
none of
at
that
all.
can be redone at all?
No, it was an authentic moment back in those days. There was genuine friendships. You could tell Vince McMahon actually cared about his employees.
Ooh,
These days, it feels like everyone's a good actor.
But they're not giving their all.
They're not giving it all. It feels like the show that Ivory had with that one kid back in the day, where they just found random wrestlers and put them on the show. The guy from the real world,
The Miz.
Yep.
You know he's a multi-champion, right?
At this point, I'm glad he is. At that point, he was just a regular actor to me.
Well, right now he's actually he's labeled as one of the best heels.
Really?
Bad guys, and then
I guess he transitioned with the times, but from that time point,
the times came in, and apparently.
You know, WWE is struggling when they have a Royal Rumble for females from the past.
Whoa!
From the past.
Whoa! All right, wait. Are you against the Royal Rumble?
No, Royal Rumble was great, but my thing is, you have to bring the past cast members from the 90s to save the event.
Okay. You talking about the Goldberg?
Yes, that whole event was just nothing but 90s people coming back for one night only.
Right.
That's how you know the ratings is going bad. It's like, you have to bring back the old authenticity to bring back new authenticity. It's like,
no, that's true. I mean, if you're bringing back so much old stuff, what do you say to the new talent or the talent that you already have?
Yeah, what are you really saying to them? We need you to do better. Or we need you to catch up.
You need to catch up. You just said, as I just asked you, what's missing? You said they don't really have Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns was that last kind of thing.
The last.
Before him was what?
Before him, for me on a personal level, was between Randy Orton, Batista, and John Cena.
John Cena, of course. Everybody always says that. Everybody's always saying it's between those three, the characteristics that you got. Like, all right, these guys had a presence of wrestling, but I always felt like, and I'm gonna make a point on this later on by myself in my own review, that Randy Orton is actually the perfect wrestler. I think. Because John Cena, yes, he's a good promo guy. He does the little speeches.
He's good for promo. He's good for.
But the match is always like, all right, fight untouchable and whatever the fuck he does.
He's not lackluster, but he does have great promotion and he's good for TV. He can expand the brand just by talking.
Yes.
By talking.
Yes, he does expand just by talking. Batista, he's like that middle ground, but it's like
silent killer in a sense. He's good for promotion, but he's not good at promoting.
He's not that good. He's not good
at promoting, but he's good for promotion. If that makes any sense to anybody out there.
Because he has a huge physique
physique.
He has that Brock Lesnar physique. Like,
yes.
I know that's a wrestler or a MMA guy. I don't know, but damn, he could kill me.
He could kill me, right? So you know.
But his promo was always kind of off, unless he got emotional.
Right. It never matched.
No, it didn't. It didn't match, but so he was in the middle. But Randy Orton is just that
between the two.
Uh-huh.
But for some reason, Randy never became mainstream popular. For some reason.
Well, he did. If you look at the memes, how memes developed. What was one of the memes that kind of developed throughout a couple of 1 or 2 years was the RKO out of nowhere. You would see that on TikTok.
That's true.
You would see that on Facebook. You would see that on Instagram.
Yeah, the RKO is one special that people still do at the beach.
Everybody does it. No matter who, his RKO out of nowhere became not as popular as a Daniel Bryan. Yes,
but it became a good prank.
Oh yeah, it was the best prank you do especially at a pool party. Oh, what are you doing? I'm doing an RKO. RKO. It was like World Star almost. RKO out of nowhere.
World Star.
And then that's it. Everybody's looking behind him oh shit, I don't want to get caught.
You know something's about to happen. And it's the safest but craziest move ever.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
You can't break your neck, but it looks like you did.
You exactly. You can't really get hurt. But you do get hurt. Have you watched AEW, the newest promotion that's out? I think I tried to show you one or two things, but I was watching it and then you stopped by and stuff like that.
I have not seen it. I don't think I have.
I mean, they do a lot of flippy things.
I will give the new kids one thing. They can all do dynamic moves that the old people
that would break our backs.
Yeah, they are bringing back the 90s in that one sense. They're trying things that most people would never try to do.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the acting behind it is just terrible.
Yes.
The scenes are great. The moves are great, but the scenes are bad.
I think what you're talking about, and then I don't know how much you're into wrestling, but what they call it is called storytelling within the match. Right. So it's not I take this move. I take a spine buster onto the ground cement and I'm back up in 2 seconds. And how believable does that make it me?
Years ago, at least it looked believable. Even the locker room fights looked believable.
Yeah. Now it's a bunch of it seems almost childish.
It's like a Power Ranger episode where everyone's getting attacked and there's sparks flying and they move their muscles for 3 seconds and then they stand up tall at the end of the episode.
Yo, you did not just say Power Rangers. That was great.
It's not believable at all, guys. It's not believable.
No, holy crap! No, I am. I'm taking it back. That's. Damn, you're talking about.
It's not
this enemy will not be able to defeat us. And then it's sparks out of nowhere.
I 6 feet tall. There's sparks behind.
They do a 450 splash backwards, and I'm like, dude, what?
It's like a Xeno Warrior Princess episode. You just don't know what you're getting.
Wow, you went back. Jesus Christ, you don't know what you're getting. You're true.
Well, the classics, you guys don't know about that, but the Bella Twins.
Some people will know. Some people will know.
Bella Twins could tell you they were born that time.
The Bella Twins. Did you watch their show?
I did.
Oh. I'm about to walk away.
One episode.
I'm about to make you leave.
I've seen one episode.
What time is it? You're about to go home.
I've seen one episode, guys.
How much is the Uber home?
Oh, it's $10 to my mom's house. Guys,
all right. But the Bella. Listen, the Bella Twins. I cannot.
That's another thing that's wrong with this generation at this point.
Oh, there we go.
The new wrestling, they are too fascinated with having fans and having popularity on the social media accounts that they're not taking their craft as serious. You did not see The Rock on MySpace back in 1995. Obviously, that time it wasn't around yet. But you did not see Triple H, you did not see Edge, you did not see Christian, you didn't see any of those folks doing it. But these new age folks, it's like they're looking.
They're glued to their Twitter accounts.
Yes, it's you don't even get the sensation of something is happening. What's gonna happen next week episode because they're already tweeting. How they feel.
Spoilers basically.
They're spoiling their own craft just to make a few coins.
Well, I think WWE, in the sense they spoil their own selves. If you haven't watched, I know you haven't watched in a bit. There's a thing called Retribution. You haven't watched that, right?
I have not seen it. Nope.
All right, Retribution is a group of wrestlers or people, quote unquote, who are every day in the broadcast. They like destroy property of WWE and stuff like that. Now it seems to be random, but then WWE themselves on the internet was like, Retribution is gonna show up. Keep your eyes out. I'm like, why are we keeping our eyes out?
Right.
Like, they're destroying your property. Shouldn't you be like not telling us this?
You should be the one.
Why are you broadcasting what a random group of people are going to destroy? And
so now we all know what's going to happen.
We already know. Like, oh, you should watch out for this. Like, I don't want to watch out for it. Just bring it to me randomly. Make it so random that you just don't even. Like, I can't comprehend what's going on. Like, holy crap. Wow, that seems dangerous. That seems crazy. But it just distracts from the whole
there is
belief.
No sense of belief anymore. There's not. I think that's why most of the fans of the 90s will always compare and contrast and say the 90s were better. But there is hope for the future of wrestling.
There's always hope for the future of wrestling, because I mean, we have AEW. I'll show you that at another time.
Okay.
And then AEW does have a lot of younger wrestlers, and
I will say these new wrestlers are much better at stunts, than the last folks. But
stunt. See, I like the word that you're using. I mean, I would say maneuvers, but stunts is a good word, because definitely they are putting their bodies on the line.
They are,
and some of them, I mean, they get injured like crazy.
Badly injured, but yet they still come out on top. So I'll give the new wrestlers that. They're able to take pain better, but it feels like something's missing. And the last person I felt bad for was Roman Reigns when he found out about his condition. That was a very serious condition, and I'll give him props for bringing that to the forefront and being able to say, I need to leave. I need to take care of my body first.
Well, take care of my body, take care of my mental health and my family.
Right.
You know, because he has kids, and God knows, willing, like, you know, if his condition.
Right.
I mean, it's not proven that can be passed down or whatever like that.
But
it can be something like that.
If not Roman Reigns, and someone else in the Samoan family will take over, because that family is
large,
prominent and large.
Jesus Christ.
That's probably the best family to be a part of.
I'm going to show you the recent thing that's happened with Seth Rollins. Do you like Seth Rollins?
I've heard of him.
You've heard of him. You remember The Shield?
Oh,
Roman Reigns,
sure. Yeah.
Seth Rollins. Yeah. Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is in AEW. Oh, really? That's the new promotion that I told you about. Okay. He's their champion, actually.
Oh shit.
So he's more of a badass figure.
He's a heel now.
No. He's not a heel. He's like that. I'll just show up. I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna win. And I'm gonna kick everybody's ass.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm like, no, I'm all for it. So for this, I'm going to show now for everybody who can't see. Obviously, it's the Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. They brutalized Dominic Mysterio, his actual son. Do you remember Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero for the right to call? Yeah, that's his son. Actually, he grew up, so he's actually a wrestler now. He hasn't wrestled yet. But this is what happened recently on Raw. And I think it was the most brutal thing that I've ever seen in a long time.
Internet in America.
For everybody who can't see it, I encourage you just to look up online on YouTube. WWE has posted it as Dominic and Buddy Murphy brutalizing Dominic Mysterio. So many names you got to throw in there.
Wow.
I want to bring up one other topic after we watch this, and your comments about this is it's gonna show up right now, but the awesomeness of titles, or if titles actually help a wrestler, like the Phenom, the Undertaker. Yeah. We'll look about this, but this is Seth Rollins versus Humberto Del Rio. Is this no, not Humberto Del Rio? I'm sorry.
Oh, look
that's not his full name.
Is that Michael? No, that's not Michael Cole. Michael Cole looks stuff.
Not Michael Cole.
Looks like a new Michael Cole though.
So this is legit like a 3-minute beatdown, and I feel like this is a good shout out to old school how remember ECW?
Yes, I do. That was my favorite.
Yeah, high five. Thank you very much. I was staying up late at night on Saturdays.
They were Daredevils.
What time was it on Saturday? Like 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Loved it. Loved it. All right, we're gonna skip in.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's get to the. So they got a kendo stick.
Oh.
Yeah, and you see that. Like, it's like, bam. I've been hit with a kendo stick. I've been hit with an umbrella. Like a base umbrella with a fucking steel thing.
Really?
Hurts.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like if you look at the heel work, being a bad guy, like that's... You're beating somebody's son on TV.
Oh, shit.
Like, horribly.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This does remind me of the 90s a little bit, and I'm actually.
Like, reminds you of ECW. Remember with Sandman? Wait. Now we're gonna get Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins.
Oh yes, get him.
Oh,
damn, that hurts like hell.
You know what? You know what's funny?
Shit. Oh.
I'm gonna let you watch. Jesus, like.
You know,
Jared, as a guest, like, I've never seen somebody just go, oh my god, you're just like shaking your head like, Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie, this reminds me of ECW times 3, and I'm here for it.
Look at that. Yo, his body is red and brutalized. And he didn't even do it. He didn't even do the finishing move, the stomp or whatever like that.
I forgot for him.
But it was just...
His stomach is so purple right now. Holy shit, guys.
Purple, dude, is red. It's red. It's red. Look at that smile. That smirk of, I brutalized your son. What you gonna do about it, bitch?
Right.
You know? Like, bro.
You know, Rey Mysterio will beat your ass. But you know what? We're gonna go back to that.
That was, I mean, what do you think about, I feel like that brought back a lot of ECW stuff.
This definitely brought back ECW memories.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of wrestlers have.
You remember Sandman and
yes.
the other guys, or Raven when he was brutalizing
Raven.
Tommy Dreamer. Remember he beat the piss out of him with a kendo stick?
Yes.
That felt like it didn't feel like the same way because it wasn't as elevated as the storyline goes.
True.
But this is just like Jesus.
This you can tell that people are looking and waiting for this moment to happen. They're looking and waiting for a moment to happen that gives them the adolescent feel of, wait, violence is on TV again. We can finally watch it, and there's not no PG-13. It's not, you know.
And that's what's ruining it. The PG-13
I just said
aspect.
100 times. I'm just like, hold on, wait a minute. But now looking at the background story, it's like, okay.
See, like if you could bring somebody back like you to look at that and be like, oh, that's the content we want.
That's the content I'm waiting for.
That's the content we want. All right, I'm glad that you watched it and then looked and like, all right, the AEW thing, I'm gonna have to bring you back another time. So that way, after I show you maybe like a few matches or whatever like that. But AEW is pretty good. It doesn't go as hardcore like that. I mean, it does go hardcore actually. let me rephrase that. I can show you like 1 or 2 matches. You're like, how are they alive? And I'll tell you because they're top talent.
That's my only issue with WWE is that so far they have these mini-series where they're still wrestling. That's much harder than ECW. But once they become a top league wrestler where they could enter WWE, they watered them down. They're watered down.
Yes.
That's my biggest.
Yes, they are.
That's probably my biggest issue and why I know Ricochet so much, because my friend actually sent me clips of Ricochet wrestling in Underground series, and I'm like, holy shit, he's amazing.
And then I showed you from Evolve a little
right,
quick, and then you're like, whoa, what's going on? And then all of a sudden it's like he's this bottom ground figure.
Yeah, the match from 2016 did not match the match of 2020 at all. It was two different people.
Ricochet, he was called King Ricochet because he believed himself to be that top tier, and he was. Something
in the contract is restricting them from being able to do much more than they can. And
of course,
that's the problem.
Of course, it's like you can't do that move anymore.
You can't do that.
All right, well you can't do that now.
But you can slap.
But you could slap around. Like what the? Nah, come on, man. Like let them be them. Let the wrestlers
be themselves.
Exactly.
Let them flourish. Let them evolve. What the character is.
You've seen Roman Reigns. You've seen Roman Reigns talk and then talk awkwardly.
very awkwardly. His microphone presence was horrible.
But it gained. It was.
I thought, well,
it was better. It was better now because
he had more truth behind it. It felt.
It was more truth, and it was him. I like cocky Roman Reigns. It's like, I know I'm a good looking dude. I know I can whoop your ass. I know I can do this. I prefer that than this
wholesome
suffering succotash. I'm gonna laugh at everything. Like, dude, no, bro. Just come at me
no
like
connection. Yeah. I feel like Roman Reigns, he could be the new Rock, but it's
that's far off. Bro.
Well, I would say this: he could be seasoned with the right ingredients.
All right. If we're talking about seasoning with the right ingredients, let's talk about who can be the new Rock in your opinion. Like you have guys like Kevin Owens, you have Seth Rollins doing this stuff right now. You have Drew McIntyre. You have a lot of top tier guys. You know,
that's actually very hard to answer. Because Rock had something special.
Rock always.
We all knew that he had something special in the 90s, and to look at the new wrestlers, you're kind of like,
Well, I mean, it was always The Rock or Austin. You always fell into a category, I think.
Right.
As who was your favorite and who was not your favorite.
Right.
And I always felt like Stone Cold carried the match and carried every promo. Like, he could say anything. He literally said the word "what," and that became a T-shirt.
Right.
For fuck's sake.
Literally.
Like, what? What was a T-shirt? And what still carries on now? The Rock, I felt like he was more promo than in-ring work.
Yes, in-ring work wasn't the best, but promo-wise, he was able to sell product.
Right.
Sell toys.
Yeah. Games. Is there anybody you see or think?
But in recent times, the person who I thought would have been the person is obviously not.
Who was it?
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
I thought it was, but according to some research I performed, maybe not anymore. But
anybody you seen recently or know of?
I feel like I should revisit this topic. Let me watch episode of 3.
Episode of 3.
Because
probably 4, 5, 6.
I have watched it on TV, but nothing has caught my eye to say, you know what, that person's it.
That's dragging me in there.
No
I feel it.
I feel like I'm just watching a scripted reality.
I feel like since you haven't watched AEW, I'm gonna show you some MJF stuff.
Guys, he's gonna show me AEW, and you guys are going to have to decide what's happening for me. You guys will be my voice for me today.
Yeah, I mean, comment down below, I guess, or say whatever you need to say about MJF. I think you're gonna like.
Whoever you think is a new Rock, let me know. Just let me know. I will watch the videos.
You'll watch the videos.
Morning to night, and I will.
MJF is one of those heels that you watch and you're like, I hope he gets his ass whooped. So I'm just gonna let you know that now.
Okay, well that's not the new Rock because I didn't want the Rock to lose. I wanted him to win.
All right,
and still be evil.
So yeah. So all right, one thing I'm gonna bring up, and this will be the last topic. Do titles actually matter to you? Now, when I say titles, not WWE title and the Continental title. What I mean is title, as in the Animal Batista I said earlier, the Legend Killer Randy Orton, the Phenom, The Undertaker. I feel like it always adds so much more because when you hear the title, you're automatically assuming the wrestler.
I feel like titles only exist if the person worked towards it.
Ooh, okay.
And the only reason I say that is because when Kane first came out, just another wrestler. When Undertaker first came out, just another wrestler. When Triple H came out, everyone was just another wrestler.
Right.
Well, they had to find their...
No, wait, hold on. When Kane came out, he was...
Well, he was
already labeled. When you talk about Triple H, he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. It was a whole big thing. But I mean, what about... I feel like there's always a good thing when there's a title because you have the rated R superstar, Edge, right?
That's true. But when Edge came out, he was with...
It was Edge.
And then Christian came along.
Christian was...
right.
No, he had a title, I think. I remember.
That's what I'm saying. That. Like, the titles in this sense make sense, but they have to work towards it. Because when you look at the background story or the background storylines, you're like, this isn't Kane that comes out the dead. This is an Undertaker that comes out you know, the dead with a motorcycle. You know, those things have to come up, and it has to come up generally. It's like John Cena. I read somewhere John Cena became John Cena.
What is
by randomly rapping, and Stephanie McMahon heard it.
All right, yeah, that's
a
what
moment.
happened. But,
that's a genuine moment where you can
John
say, you
Cena,
know what?
John Cena was.
You know how many matches from 2002 happened where John Cena's out and you don't know it's John Cena at all? Where Randy Orton comes out, you don't know it's Randy Orton. These things don't happen that fast. I would say titles exist. Titles are important, but titles have to be earned. Not the wrestling title.
That's a good concept.
The slogan title.
What about AJ Styles? The phenomenal AJ Styles. He already had a backing.
He did have a backing.
New Japan. Yes, he did.
No, I say he did.
Oh,
no, he had
New
a backing.
Japan Wrestling, and then TNA, and then he won titles around the world.
He had a great title run with every other league.
So did he? Or his title, the phenomenal AJ Styles? Is that's concrete? That's good.
I would say, in the underground wrestling world, yes. In the
WWE, as soon as he was announced, it was, I think, the phenomenal AJ Styles. He came out, and then his Titantron thing was the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I feel like because his name's already known so well, it worked for him.
Oh, so for like smaller guys, indie guys, like
indie guys, no. But if it comes out and it works for you because you made such a substantial amount of credibility in the wrestling world, then it works out.
What about Keith Lee? Do you know about Keith Lee?
Never heard his man name's mama.
All right. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some
of
Keith Lee now.
But
I'm gonna show you some Keith Lee. But okay. Keith Lee he's a bigger athlete. He's not as fit, like, you know, physically fit.
Okay.
No, but he's huge. He's a big hefty dude.
Okay.
Love him. Love Keith Lee. He's called the Limitless Keith Lee because I mean at the weight of 320 pounds, he's able to move around and jump the ropes and then do everything else, like, and then do kicks, like side kicks to your head while he jumps and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like,
heavy as hell, goddamn.
If I may, all right, I will take some time to show you Keith Lee.
Well, you know what, guys, I will say this.
Yeah,
I'm willing to share my opinion with whoever shares their opinion back, and we can talk about it.
Of course.
I am brand new again. I'm gonna start watching wrestling again just to see what's happening at the world right now. But let's see how this goes, guys.
Let's see what's going on.
My expectation of wrestling from the 90s is so much higher because of it being from the 90s.
All right, this is a short thing of Keith Lee's best moves.
Keith Lee looked like Mark Henry with the haircut.
Nah, all right. Mark Henry can move around the ring. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit.
He picked up a car, guys. He picked up a car. If you can't pick up a car, you can't pick up nothing else.
No. Top 10. All right, let's just look at, like, it's called Top 10 Moves. That's what I'm showing right now. Honorable mentions, and then it's hilarious. Just look at how this guy is, and I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Oh shit, guys. Alright, guys, so for what I'm saying right now, this guy is clotheslining the hell out of his enemies right now. Oh, it's a chokeslam next. Let's see how he goes. Oh, he's chokeslamming 2 people. Dude, oh, chokeslammed. You know what's funny? This guy has the body of the 80s wrestlers. For some reason, the clips that he just showed me from NXT, this guy is reminding me so much of the 80s clips of wrestling. Like, he's just a daredevil. He's not afraid to pick up his opponents and just crash them into the mat. It's going good. Oh, I feel bad for his back.
How do you feel about
boom. Alright, so I was just saying that, this guy's giving me flashbacks of the 80s scenes that I've seen.
Yes.
Of the 80s.
The diving moonsault. As a guy that big, at 300 plus pounds.
Yeah, this is giving me reflection of the 80s.
I mean, he's doing it
with no hesitation.
No hesitation. Flawlessly.
You can
corkscrew plancha, which I was just floored. Like,
oh, shit.
I don't even think I could do that. And I'm only like 220, 215.
He's not afraid to do it either.
No, of course not. No.
Alright, this guy has some kind of flair to him. I'll definitely give him that. He's not afraid to just bust a move.
But he's also such a big guy. Like, you just be like,
I think that's the only thing
with
WWE.
Bow! Look at that. He has that. That's a spine buster this guy used to do. From. Oh my god, he used to say "dirt."
I can't remember that.
Yeah. Oh no.
See, my only issue with this guy right here, he's great, but
right. You gotta see the ring work. I mean the promo work. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Something about him. He's great, but I feel like marketability, he might not have it.
Why?
I don't know. Like, he's great, but I don't know.
Look at this ability.
He's great with the ring though. His stamina's on point, energy's on point, power's on point, but some of these wrestlers like him don't make it far.
How? How have you not put a title on this guy?
The size. It's his size. He's very well. He could be the next Big Show.
Big Show. He's not even that big. I mean, he's big.
He's big enough.
But I mean, like tall, height wise.
No, not really.
No, there's other guys way taller.
Way taller than him, but he does have this thing about him that makes you remember this a Big Show.
Right.
Except he's more stunt worthy.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Wow! Yeah, that's how you flatten the chest in 2 seconds. The grizzly bear paw slap. Like that's just Jesus Christ.
Just while watching these clips, I'm getting to early 2000 feels with a sense of 80s. So you can tell he definitely started the 80s, but
yeah, I mean he definitely fits that good 80s feel, definitely, 90s feel.
Yes.
Oh, big guy, bro. Like I feel like this should be
beat the hell out of you.
Did you see the sweat got slapped off these dudes? The pounce. Oh, look at this. All right, you're gonna like this. I mean, he has not seen this before, but I can believe that he's 300 pounds. If somebody 300 pounds comes at me, like I'm flying across the room, bro.
The pounds he is tossing these guys like freaking envelopes, guys.
Pow! Like yo,
he's tossing these guys like water.
I can believe it too. Like it just seems so
real. Damn, this guy is tossing these guys.
See, like I had to introduce you to Keith Lee because damn well, Big Bang Catastrophe Supernova. So I like his move, but I don't like it.
It looks like a suplex.
It's like a John Cena kind of FM, and then just John into Cena. Like a Goldberg kind of thing. Yeah. It's kind of cool. I like it, but I like the next one. I'm pretty sure it was gonna be number one.
Now you say Goldberg, I can totally see that.
Look at this.
This is definitely just
like
Goldberg.
Good because he's using his weight, his strength. You're getting the pin, but
I don't know.
I think you'll be impressed more with his top one. I think the top one is going to be shown for Keith Lee, which would be, and I hope it's going to be named appropriately right here, the Spirit Bomb. Yes, like Goku, like the Spirit Bomb.
Spirit Bomb.
Here we go. Like if you see the Spirit Bomb, it's just jump, bow, dude. Like there we go. That's the reaction I wanted. Like that should be the ultimate finish. Like done.
David, who else used this move before?
Undertaker used to do the last ride, but he does it, and that dude is 250 something pounds.
He's tossing these guys like water.
Yes,
right now, guys.
That's how big he is. Dude is just strong, bro. Ridiculous.
Honestly, I don't see this guy losing no match at all. This guy is on point.
Exactly, he's on point, bro. Like, look at this. That's Drew McIntyre, the guy that I was showing you. And dude, like he just bounced him on the rope like nothing.
Water,
Pow! They all just jump up like that's it. Like
I'm
so.
done. My head hurts, guys.
So what about Keith Lee?
Keith Lee is good.
That's good. I can show you some matches another time, and of course, like I said, but I'm glad to have you on here, and then I'm glad your opinions, because I mean, you are a wrestling fan since when?
I would say the early 1990s.
90s, and then you know, like we've
watching SmackDown on Thursdays, UPN 9, and
you seen WCW, didn't you? Like, you were able to see WCW.
I saw WCW, but I wasn't allowed to watch too much of it.
But you saw ECW. You snuck and saw ECW. Yes.
Did.
We all did. All that blood and all that nonsense is like, yo, MSG It was called MSG on the channel. Yeah, that free channel.
I remember those on Spike TV, TNT. I remember all of those.
Yo, that was the best.
I am an old fan, so this new stuff that's happening now,
I appreciate your opinions because they are definitely some opinions that I hear from the older heads, even from newer people. That not from newer people, more from the older heads that understand how wrestling should be. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Is there something you want me to call you for the channel? J-Rod. J-Rod. This has been J-Rod and Robert Paradox of the Paradox Experience. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. We hope everything goes good. And guys, please always stay safe. Stay safe
and hit the man with a table. Boom.
Okay.
J-Rod, get the table.
J-Rod, get the table. All right, guys. Peace out.